Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week I try to bring people from across the country to talk to me about things we could do right here in New Mexico. On this week's show, we got this.
Always some new Bob's Burgers on tap.
Yeah.
And the final season, I'm guesting on What We Do in the Shadows, season 6.
Mini Come Standard with Friends. There's 3,000 people that are doing this trip. It started in Albuquerque, and by the way, one of the things is the best food carts I've ever had in my life.
Obviously, this would be a great treat for yourself, but could also be a delicious gift for a friend or a family member.
All of that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. Summer means longer days and warmer nights, so plenty of time for road tripping, summer gatherings, and fun in the sun for the whole family. But coming up with different yet fun travel ideas, plus like flavorful and healthy snacks, can be a challenge. We got some good news though. We have registered dietitian Amy Goodson, who's here with some tips for the ultimate crowd-pleasing summer. Welcome to the show, Amy. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Dan. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
All right. With summer travel at its peak, what do you think families should be thinking about in terms of destinations? Where should we go?
So I am all about fun activities that the whole family can remember. So Dan, I'm telling you, New York City is the place to be. So for all of my chocolate lovers out there, listen up. The Ghirardelli Chocolate and Ice Cream Shop is opening on August the 6th in New York City's iconic Empire State Building. Now, each chocolate and ice cream shop offers a variety of shakes and sundaes. Plus, they also have baked goods and beverages. And you can enjoy their immersive pick and mix space where you can custom pick your favorite Ghirardelli chocolate squares like milk chocolate caramel, dark chocolate raspberry, and Dan, wait for their newest flavor, milk chocolate caramel waffle cone. I mean, that is going to be a fan favorite, I am sure. So you can go in, pick your own flavors, make a bag. Obviously, this would be a great treat for yourself, but could also be a delicious gift for a friend or a family member. So mark your calendars because August 6th is the grand opening in the Empire State Building. And you can learn more information at ghirardelli.com.
Hey, that sounds amazing. I want to try that waffle cone. What are some of your favorite summer snacks and recipes?
So whether you're working on recipes in the kitchen or just looking for an easy, nutritious snack, there are so many ways to just add walnuts this summer. So whether it's a cookout, a picnic, festive celebration, or just on-the-go snacking, walnuts can really be added to any dish or treat. Their subtle nuttiness, their gentle crunch, and then that buttery texture that they have makes them perfect for appetizers like my walnut elote corn dip. Plus, Dan, they're the ultimate addition to trail mix, and you can use them as toppers on things like parfaits and ice cream. So I like to tell people just one bag of walnuts, and you have unlimited possibilities for quick, easy, and satisfying summer recipes. And then here is a little pro tip. To maintain the freshness and the great taste of your California walnuts, keep them in an airtight container in the fridge instead of the pantry. And then you can visit walnuts.org for more delicious ways on how you can just add walnuts this summer.
So what are some of your other summer tips and tricks you got?
So whether you're entertaining or traveling, I am all about adding color in the form of fruits and vegetables because that is going to add extra nutrients to your day. Then, of course, we know it's hot outside, so I want you to stay hydrated. So carrying a bottle of water with you, whether you're at the pool or road tripping, is going to be really important. And then finally, the goal is to plan ahead. A little bit of planning and having those nutrient-rich snacks available to help fuel your summer family fun is the ideal thing to do so that you can really make the healthiest choice the easy choice.
Amy Goodson, where can we go for more information and also follow you on social media and check out your podcast? Where can we find all that?
Yes, you can visit my website, amygoodsoNRD.com. Follow me on Instagram at amyg.rd. And then my podcast is the Sports Nutrition Playbook. So all things sports nutrition, fitness nutrition for young athletes, their families, parents, and coaches.
Excellent. There you go. Amy Goodson, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
You know, summer is in full swing, so it's important to find creative ways to keep families busy and kind of have some fun. So here to help us is parenting expert Joyce Brewer with some great ways to harness the last bit of summer fun, you know, before school begins. Brewer is an Emmy Award-winning creator of the MommyTalkShow.com blog. So let's welcome her to the show, Joyce Brewer. How are you, my friend?
I am great. I'm delighted to be here with you today.
Okay, how can we make the most of the summer before it ends?
I know whenever I talk about travel with my Mommy Talk Show viewers, they love to hear about what my family's doing. Already this year, my husband and I have got to go on vacation, a child-free vacation for the first time in 15 years. Our son has enjoyed 2 sleepaway camps that are amazing. So I just want to remind families that there is still plenty of time to make lasting memories and make summer feel like it's lasting as long as possible.
So what is something that like families could just enjoy doing together?
Well, there's nothing like getting together over a delicious meal, and Bush's Baked Beans make summer menus even more fun. Whether you're firing up the grill for a backyard barbecue, packing a picnic for the park, or hosting a festive gathering with friends, Bush's Baked Beans bring the flavor and fun to your summertime occasions. They're perfect to pair together, whether you're serving them with hot dogs and hamburgers or other family favorites. The sweet taste blends together perfectly. It enhances each dish and makes it complete. From the original to zero sugar added, Bush's has a variety of flavors. I know my favorite is the country style.
And do you have any suggestions for like planning just a trip before the end?
Of course, because you can make amazing memories when you're on vacation with your family. That's why I love Decameron All-Inclusive Resorts, a partner of Wyndham Hotel and Resorts. They have one-of-a-kind hotels at great price points in tropical paradises like Jamaica, Panama, and Mexico. Think all-inclusive resorts with stunning beaches, expansive pools, diverse dining options that even picky kids can love something that they can find there. Daily fun for your family and lively evening entertainment. Best of all, they're running a great promotion now to get up to 40% off your next stay. Head over to wyndhamhotels.com/Decameron for all the details.
All right, so what about some fun or innovative entertainment ideas?
Well, everyone loves fun tech. I know my teenage son and his friends are really into gaming, so I know that they will love Roku smart light strips. They're perfect for setting the mood and adding color to any space this summer. With 16 million colors, voice control, effortless scheduling, music sync, and compatibility with Roku Voice, Alexa, and Google Home, they are ideal for your smart home. And to find more great Roku deals, visit amazon.com/Roku.
All right, do you have any other suggestions for like summer fun?
I do, because no parent wants to get in the car, drive hundreds of miles away, and realize that your kid forgot their lovey or their device or their charging cable. So make sure you make a packing list and then get your kids to double check that everything that they want is packed. This way, it'll be smooth sailing for your summer fun.
Joyce Brewer, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information and maybe even follow you on social media?
Well, of course, for me, you can visit MommyTalkShow.com, my Mommy Talk Show on Instagram and Facebook too. But for more information on all of these summer fun ideas, go to tipsontv.com.
Joyce Brewer, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
I'm so delighted to be here with you.
Are you ready to turn your next road trip into the ultimate vacation? So today, we got automotive expert Nick Miles, who's here with some tips on making the most of your automotive journey. You know, from like packing creatively to discovering hidden gems and volunteering along the way. Nick has pretty much some of those secrets that you can use to have an unforgettable road trip. So let's welcome to the show, Nick Miles. How are you, my friend?
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, I gotta figure this out. How do you turn like a road trip into a killer vacation without killing everybody in the car with you?
It's always a tough one, right?
Yeah.
I would say planning is the big deal. Plan what you want to do around what your interests are as far as your family is concerned. Now, I'm currently on Mini Takes Estates. We started in Albuquerque. We're going all the way to Seattle, Washington. And this is something that was curated over 2 years. It happens once every 2 years. There's 3,000 Mini owners. But it takes a lot of planning. And so planning a road trip around what you want to do is the most important things. It's not, everyone in the car should be happy and satisfied. Everyone from grandma, grandpa, the kids, mom and dad, to all the way down to the dog. You got to make sure that everybody has a curated experience. And there are a lot of organizations out there to help you do that really focus their time and energy on making sure that you can get the best out of America. The two partners this year on Many Takes Estates are the American Camp Association and Keep America Beautiful. And they spend their time curating information so we as the general public can have amazing road trips and experience what America has to offer.
So how do we pack, like, maintaining the creative use of space that's going on?
Right, I've been doing it in a Mini, and so Minis aren't known for their absolutely huge spaciousness. They're known for their dynamic go-kart type handling, and they come standard with friends. But the idea behind it is, think about what you use every day. You don't have to take that full bottle of mouthwash with you. They make travel sizes of everything. And so pack according to what you're gonna use on the trip. And think about what you do at home. I plug my devices in. Well, make sure you can do that in the car. Maybe you need to get an adapter for the car. Think about water, food, snacks, games for those people that may not be as interested in looking out the window as you are. Think about each person and what they're going to take into the vehicle and what they need to keep them happy. And I think that's sort of what I do. I mean, I always have treats for the dogs, those type of things when I go somewhere. So you have plenty of things to keep every single person in the car occupied.
And tell us more about this, like, biggest road trip and the whole Camp Mini theme.
Yeah, so I always say Mini comes standard with friends. There's 3,000 people that are doing this trip. It started in Albuquerque, and by the way, one of the things is the best food carts I've ever had in my life in Albuquerque. And you can go all the way and experience different things. We found in Colorado some of the best jerky shops in America. We found some of the most amazing sunrises across lakes at some of the campsites. It's really about experiencing America. The two big charities Many Takes Estates this year are, again, Keep America Beautiful and the American Camp Association. And they have put together a lot of the fun things for people to do each year. This happens once every 2 years. Everybody gets off in a big caravan. It takes about an hour for everybody to leave the Rise and Rally events. There's a lot of honking, a lot of waving. But I meet people that I only meet every 2 years. I've been doing this since 2016. I shake hands with some people and hug some people I only see once every 2 years. So it's a real biggest kind of road trip of its kind in America. And it goes for about 2 weeks every 2 years.
It looks like you guys launched over at Balloon Fiesta Park. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. The sunrise with the balloons, there's nothing to beat it. You guys are very lucky.
That's why we do it. All right. I know, like, doing a road trip, you also could, I saw that you could give back. Can you tell us about, like, volunteering on a road trip?
Yeah, so one of the things that I love to do is go to local shelters and walk dogs. I actually have one here from Utah Beagle Rescue. Bagel! Here we go. This is Bagel from Utah Beagle Rescue. I go to a local shelter and I walk a dog. That's kind of one of the ways I give back. But you can plant trees, you can do things with the local soup kitchens, whatever you want to do as giving back. There are so many organizations that love people to come into town, walk their dogs, plant a tree. I plant a lot of things like that, but I also try to leave America a little more beautiful than I found it when I go camping, making sure I clean up the campsite, those type of things. So it's really about leaving this country in a pristine manner, better than when I found it.
Bagel the Beagle, I love that.
Absolutely.
All right, do you have any hidden gems that can be found right here in New Mexico?
It really depends on where you want to go, right? So whether you leave Albuquerque, you turn left, you're right, you go towards Texas, you go towards the Pacific coast. I've been going up to Colorado. There are some amazing things in Colorado that you can see, especially some of the old mining towns. They're 5 hours away or so. You can do a couple 100 miles and see some amazing views into the mountains. It gets a little cooler the higher elevations you get. One of my big suggestions is going up into some of those parks that you can get a little bit further north than Albuquerque and seeing some of those most amazing mountain areas.
Nick Miles, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information?
minitakesthestates.com. And if you haven't done it, and if you haven't planned a road trip with friends, absolutely do it. You can find out, there's a portal right there to Keep America Beautiful and the American Camp Association. It'll tell you everything you need to know there. Plus, you can follow us at Mini USA. That's the @ or the hashtag MTTS 2024. You can see some of the pictures of the fun that we've been having and maybe get some ideas for your own road trip.
That's awesome. All right, Nick Miles, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Thank you, and have a great day motoring.
Substitute teaching is an essential job that keeps students on track when their regular teacher is out, providing continuity and support for student success. But with the current demand for substitute teachers at an all-time high, how can schools ensure they have the qualified staff they need? Nicola Soares, the president of Kelly Education, is joining us today to discuss the benefits of substitute teaching, the qualifications you actually need, and how strategic partnerships can help fill the gaps. Let's welcome her to the show, Nicola Soares. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Dan. How are you? Thank you for the opportunity to come and talk to you and our audience today.
Well, thanks for joining us. Can you describe the current demand for substitute teachers in the United States, schools, and kind of explain how their presence supports student success?
Yes, absolutely. Of course, we service about 40 states, so we have a very good perspective in terms of the demand of substitute teachers today. And much of that is a result of what I characterize as a national crisis of our teacher vacancy issue that's been well underway since prior to the pandemic. And of course, the pandemic has only exacerbated that. So lots of need out there. And of course, as we're going back to school in the next couple of weeks, where many of our states are, our services are much needed. Anybody, in terms of wanting to be a substitute teacher, the credentials really differ from state to state. In New Mexico, as an example, many of our districts there require an equivalent of a GED or a high school diploma. In Albuquerque, you have to be certified as a substitute teacher or certified as a teacher. If one doesn't have that, a minimum, you need to have 60 credit hours, college credit hours, in order to get your certification. If you don't have those 60 college credit hours, you can also have an equivalent of a high school diploma with 6 observation hours within a classroom in order to get that certification.
Actually, I got my certification early last year, so I'm set. I could be a substitute today if I felt like it. So what types of positions do you see are available?
So we have all sorts of positions. Of course, we have our core academic classrooms of being substitute teachers, whether it be elementary, middle, and high school. We have opportunities to be a paraeducator in special ed classrooms. And in addition to that are non-instructional, food nutrition services, IT services, therapists, anything that you can think of that a school might require that could be outsourced for a service like ours to help and support. There's an abundance of roles if anybody is interested.
So what are some of the key benefits of stepping into the role of a substitute educator?
Yeah, we find many of our folks are very curious about education. They might be considering a change of career. So being a substitute teacher is a wonderful way to try that out. Or, we have many candidates that are very interested in sort of a flexible schedule. So they might have a different career in somewhere else, but they're looking to supplement their income. Substitute teaching absolutely offers that. Or you've got folks that really want to be able to have a very purpose-led kind of work experience, and what better way than to work with children? So we've got the gamut, of different, interest levels and requirements of how people want to design their workday. So substitute teaching is perfect for that.
So what training programs are available for those interested in pursuing a career as a substitute teacher?
We offer very comprehensive training. So prior to being hired, we also offer a pre-training hire so that folks can understand what's expected and, what the experience would be like. And once becoming hired by Kelly Education, we also have a orientation training to help prepare those individuals for the classroom, with classroom management to lesson planning, best practices. And then, of course, within their tenure, they can always have access to continued education. We offer thousands of online course modules, plus also doing customized continued education experiences for our employees.
Nicola Soares, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can our viewers go for more information and get more information about becoming a substitute teacher?
We have all sorts of information. If an individual is interested, please go to wakeupandteach.com, wakeupandteach.com. There you will find all sorts of information of job availability, pay rate information, and you'll be able to engage with one of our recruiters for further information.
Nicola Soares, thanks for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Bye-bye.
In the wake of artificial intelligence and continued economic uncertainty, companies face an imperative, ensuring their employees have the necessary skills to meet the current and evolving business landscape. With upskilling and reskilling opportunities critical for productivity and employee engagement, how can businesses effectively implement these programs? Raghu Krishnaiah, Chief Operating Officer of the University of Phoenix, joins us today to discuss key findings from a new industry research study and share actionable recommendations to overcome barriers in skill development. Let's welcome to the show, Raghu Krishnaiah.
Thanks for having me this morning.
No problem. Can you share some key findings from this industry research study that the upskilling and reskilling imperative?
Oh, I'd be delighted to. Let me just start by saying this survey was conducted with over 500 HR leaders in companies of varying sizes and in varying industries, and explored how their employers were ensuring that the employees have the necessary skills to be successful in the future, technical and digital skills, to be successful with AI, as well as durable skills like leadership, problem solving, and critical thinking. And what the results showed is that investing in these programs is good not only for the companies, but also for the employees themselves. So a few of the key findings were, first of all, companies all felt that it was critical that they have these type of programs in their organization. And in fact, 67% of HR leaders indicated that their companies were already investing a significant amount of energy towards implementing these programs. And the reason they were doing so is because they felt it would boost productivity today and in the future. And in fact, that was a top reason they gave for why they were going to invest in these programs, and were already doing so. One aspect I found surprising in the survey, and maybe I shouldn't have, is most leaders agree that the employer themselves should be held responsible primarily for the success of the employee skill development programs. And last thing the survey found is that leaders, despite all the benefits they know are going to be there, they still felt there were a number of barriers that were in their way to being most successful in offering the programs for all their employees.
So how can organizations successfully offer these upskilling and reskilling programs?
Yeah, well, first, I encourage all employees to make sure you take advantage of whatever you have and whatever your employer has. For the employers, I recommend they do the following. First, make sure you align your programs to the critical business needs. Everybody in the organization should know that what they do and what they invest in is going to help them succeed in the future. Secondly, ensure that your programs are focused on encouraging and engaging your employees, not forcing them and mandating them to do certain things. Third, be flexible in the types of options you provide. Use multitude of options so you can find the right program for each individual that works best for them. It could be an apprenticeship for some people. It could be a mentorship program for others. And for others, it might be taking formal courseware. But find ways to mix and match all these so you can curate and tailor it to that individual. And last, if things are working, great. If they're not working the way you want, change and evolve quickly. Don't hold back in making the adjustments.
Raghu, where can we go for more information and learn more about it?
I recommend people go to phoenix.edu/workforce-solutions.
Raghu Krishnaiah, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me, and have a good rest of the day.
If you want someone who knows how to deal with the last man on earth, someone that can provide a little angst with your burgers and has also flown with some Concords. Well, today I have the perfect person to help you with a little bit of all of that. It's a pleasure to welcome to the show, Kristen Schaal. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Dan. I am so happy to be here. Thank you for that fabulous introduction. I'm going to steal it.
Well, thank you. All right. You're here with your brand new movie, My Spy, The Eternal City. Can you tell us a little bit about how this continues the story from the very first film?
I can absolutely tell you that. So in the first film, we have a 9-year-old Sophie who has fallen in love with being a spy, and she has her mom's boyfriend, who is played by David Bautista, who is a spy. So she gets to learn that world, and it's very exciting. And now we cut to a 14-year-old Sophie, about, five years later, and she isn't so sure she's into being a spy anymore. She has other interests. She's changing, which is what all teenagers do, and it's really tough. And that is the new phase. That's sort of JJ has to learn how to find a common ground with her all over again. I think it's a really touching movie about parents and kids.
You're right. So you guys have a killer cast, including Dave Bautista, Chloe Coleman. Plus, you got a ton of amazing comics that like fill out the supporting cast, including all the students that are included in that. From the creative side of things, how do you like balance and interject the comedy? And it's something that is oftentimes a suspenseful spy thriller.
Well, that I give all the credit to Pete for letting us, throw in our one-liners whenever we're feeling it, but also to the editors who cut those out and just keep the momentum going, because this movie is so action-packed. I think Pete does a good job of when there needs to be a little bit of a release, then he'll keep a joke in, but a lot of stuff's on the cutting room floor, and that's fair.
So what is a percentage of that? How much do you think got in compared to the number of times you've riffed?
I would say, I don't know, maybe 50-50.
Oh, cool. That's much higher than I expected. Not to say that you're a bad riffer, but like, I just, All right. Yeah. So anything next in the works for you?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's always some new Bob's Burgers on tap.
Yeah.
And the final season, I'm guesting on What We Do in the Shadows season 6.
Yes.
For a few episodes. So that's, and that'll be out in the fall, I think.
Thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't miss My Spy, The Eternal City. It's streaming exclusively right now on Amazon Prime. Kristen, thanks for joining me, my friend.
Thank you, Dan. I'll see you at that Choice Awards if I'm lucky.
Yeah, come on, man. You're fabulous. You got my vote. You got my vote.
I hope we go again. Oh, that was so fun.
That's it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. If you actually want to be on the show, all you got to do is email me. That is newmexicorising@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media. We're both on Facebook and Instagram. Just look up New Mexico Rising Television. Go to our website. That's newmexicorising.com. We got books, we got merch, we got things that you could pick up for less than you get them in stores. So go visit that, newmexicorising.com. And that is it for New Mexico Rising. Until next week, that was New Mexico Rising.
Transform ordinary moments into extraordinary memories with our magical succulent bar. Whether it's a quiet moment of reflection or a first date, let the enchantment of nature enhance every occasion. Radiate positivity and create manifestations while making your very own magical succulent. Embrace the magic at Zinkstown, where we bring positivity to any occasion.